question is, when you're part of a narrative that's been taken over by the Western media, and the question becomes synonymous with anti-Islam rhetoric, how can you have a debate about humanity with non-Muslims who are, Jews, Christians, Buddhists, atheists? How can you talk about humanity when it's become synonymous with anti-Islam? That in order for me to talk about these children who have died and been committed under genocide, for them, moving them from a point of they all must die because they're subhuman or they're not human or they're animals, to this is inhumane. How can you do that when the word Islam has become synonymous with something so inhumane?
So I think there's something very profound about speaking to the truths that they claim to uphold, holding them by the standards that they claim to uphold, right? As your basic premise, but also not waiting on them to recognize our humanity in order to fight for it. I think that, look, I'm an American, I'm a Palestinian American, I have an American citizenship. It's my job to challenge my government on its moral failings. I'm a Muslim. It's my job to challenge Muslims around the world, governments or otherwise, on their moral failings right now, on the principles that they claim to uphold. So if you claim to uphold the concept of ummah, then I'm going to challenge you on the concept of ummah, on the basis of your supposed belonging to an ummah. If you don't uphold that, standard, but you're part of the human race, then I'm going to challenge you on the basis of your humanity. If you're using my tax dollars to kill my brothers and sisters, then I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make sure that my tax dollars are not being used to kill my brothers and sisters. So I think speaking to people on the terms that they recognize, this is something the Quran does, right? It invokes how the Jahili Arabs considered sacred months, certain months sacred, but then they played around with those sacred months. So it invoked them on the basis of al-Ashhur al-Haram to uphold their basic understanding of what sanctified months look like and how people should not be attacked in certain time periods, right? So I think this is where you interrogate. You interrogate on the basis of shared values, and different spaces are going to come with different shared values. And the tighter those spaces become, the more refined those values become, the more specific the challenge becomes. I'm not waiting for America to recognize the humanity of Palestinian children. I hope and I pray, as an American citizen, I hope the United States is taken to the ICC and prosecuted for crimes against humanity. I hope my government is prosecuted for crimes against humanity. So there are different layers of action here, and there are different places where the challenge needs to be differentiated and refined, and everyone should work in accordance with their own space. And we pray for the best in the process.